Sir, hindi po kasi nagfa-function yung mic ay yung camera ko po.
Sige, okay. Okay, sige, let's take a screenshot. Ready? 1, 2. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to take up today is the exams. Okay? Kasi we didn't have a chance to tackle this one face to face. So let us discuss this one this time. All right. So may I just share the screen? We will discuss entirely, but we are going to focus on the problem solving portions. Okay, so can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we had here the questions and the answers. For example, in item number 1 is the definition of hydrometeorology. So I think everyone got it correctly. The definition of hydrology. So that's letter D. And then number 2, the difference between hydrologists and hydrometeorologists. And I think majority of you got it also. No, there are only, I think, some weren't able to get that one. To get that one, I should say. So the hydrologists are interested in the water cycle, the space-time availability and quality of water resources, and in environmental watershed sustainability, while the hydrometeorologists are interested in the study of natural hazards such as floods, tropical cyclones, droughts, and desertification, and the potential impacts of land cover change and changing climate. So, yun ang difference nila. And then another related question to that is number 3. We have the importance and application of hydrometeorology includes the following except one. Okay, so of course, we're talking here about hydrometeorology. So letter B is the one that concerns the hydrologists. The difference given in item number 2. So the answer in here, kasi because of that except one, no? Because of that except one phrase, so we need to choose one that is not related to the group. So it's letter B. And then number 4, it says it rains too much in the country, especially when there is a tropical cyclone. Which of the following statements is most relevant? Okay, most relevant. Ibig sabihin na dito sa statement, which of them is most relevant? So, for example, if we say letter A, small amount, 3 to 4% is added in the water cycle each year, that of course, that there is a certain relation in the hydrologic cycle or in that statement, but what we are trying to get is the most. It says in the most relevant. Marahil relevant din yan, pero it's not the most. No? Another one, letter B, the Philippines is the tropical region where most tropical storms form just below the equator. Okay, so Philippines not located below the equator. Okay, so that's not totally relevant. And it says this is just to maintain water balance in the cycle. So that's one, no? That's the most relevant in here. It's not all of the above and it's not none of the above. Kasi para mabalanse lang, mainit sa ating lugar, no? Mainit. So there's so much evaporation. So anong mangyayari kapag there's so much evaporation due to high temperature? Marami ding ulan. No? Just to maintain water balance in the cycle. Okay, so this letter C. And then number 5 is an example. Steam is an example of which part of the hydrologic cycle. Of course, it's evaporation. Letter C. And then number 6, cloud formation is an example of condensation because, okay, it's letter D, water vapor condenses around particles in the atmosphere. And then number 7, transpiration is the process that occurs when plants lose water through their leaves. Okay. So that's transpiration. Number 8, the following except 1, so meron na naman tayong word doon na except 1, follows correctly the hydrologic cycle. So, for example, letter A, evaporation, condensation, tama pa rin yan. Precipitation, okay. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, runoff, stream flow. So, tama ito. So, dito sa question na to, class, hinahanap natin yung isa na hindi tama. Kasi kung sabi dito, the following except 1 follow correctly the hydrologic cycle. So hanapin natin yung hindi tama. It does not follow the hydrologic cycle. So pagkatignan natin yung E, precipitation, overland flow, condensation, evaporation. Parang baliktad, no? Baliktad yung condensation and evaporation. So that's it. And then number 9, the atmospheric layer that protects us from UV is the stratosphere. Okay, that's the location of the ozone layer. While the troposphere is where we experience climate and weather changes. Tama naman, that's where we live, no? Itong troposphere. So stratosphere, troposphere. Number 10. Okay. In the tropical regions, isang sagot dito is letter B, no? In the tropical regions, there is more energy absorbed than emitted, resulting in a surplus radiant energy. At high latitudes, ibig sabihin, pag umakyat ka from the equator, paakyat, high latitude, sabi niya. The opposite is true. Kasi di ba, doon sa mga higher latitudes, di ba, nandun yung mga deserts, okay? Nandun yung polar regions, no? Sa at high, mas malamig. Okay? So yan. The answer here is letter B. Number 11, the Coriolis force caused by Earth's rotation. Okay? Because Coriolis force is primarily caused by Earth's rotation. Makes wind circulation generally deviating from a direct poleward direction, and which explains why air moves in a certain direction around a low pressure area. That is clockwise so siyempre dalawang country lang yata yung ano diyan, no? O location, no? Philippines and Australia. So in the Philippines, counterclockwise. So it's not letter C. Okay. Because Coriolis force is not also caused by tilt, Earth's tilt, no? So the answer is letter B, rotation, Australia. Because Australia is located below the equator. So it's on the southern hemisphere. So clockwise doon. Next, number 12. Relative humidity is the ratio of the amount of water vapor present in the air to the amount of water vapor required to saturate the air at a given temperature. Its relationship with temperature provides the following facts except 1. So meaning to say, the statements are true regarding statement number 12, but there is only one that is not. So we're going to look for that one. Of course, letter A, at high temperature, A requires high water content to obtain high RH. Tama yan. So it's not the answer. Warm air has more capacity to hold moisture. Tama rin yan. So that's not the answer. At low temperature, air requires a low water vapor content to obtain high RH. Parang kabaliktaran lang ng is RH statement pero in the opposite direction ng A. And then water evaporates in the presence of heat or higher T. Tama rin naman yan. So meaning to say, yung except 1, wala tayong makita. So the answer is none of the above. Number 13, understanding the Earth's energy budget can help, okay? It can help provide insight into how energy from the sun interacts with the atmosphere. It can also help predict future effects of global warming. It can also help to understand the various flows of energy on Earth. So the answer is all of the above. Now, halimbawa lang, no? Ang sinagot mo dyan ay letter A. Understanding the Earth's energy budget can help provide insight into how the energy from the sun interacts with the atmosphere. O di kaya B or C. Hindi ba tama? Dapat. Kasi tama naman, no? But the answer is all of the above. Kasi, mabuti sana kung wala yung choice na all of the above. Pwede rin yung E sana, no? Kasi A and C, kasi tama rin yan, no? But since there is a choice that is all of the above, so dapat, dahil tama yung tatlo, ito yung tamang sagot sa question. That is, ganyan talaga dun sa board exams. Okay? That's why you have to consider, no? You have to read very carefully each of the questions. Kasi baka naman, okay, diyan sa item na yan, no? For example lang, parang kung ano ito, no? Sa tips sa board exams. Pag binasa mo yung number 13, understanding the Earth's energy budget can help, tapos binasa mo yung letter A, tama yan, no? So definitely, ito yung tama kamo na without reading B, C, D, E choices. Ayun pala, pati yung B and C, tama din. Pero ang kaagad, hindi ka na, dahil talagang sure mo na yung statement, yung choice letter A ay tama, baka yan na kaagad ang inyong pinili. So that should not be, no? You have to really find time to read, no, carefully all the items or all the choices. Okay? Kasi meron palang choice na all of the above. Ganun din, no? Yung mga choices na none of the above. Tingnan nyo rin mabuti. Alright, so, but yeah, but another thing, no, dun sa reviewing sa board exams, because of course, ang ginagamit na reviewer ay meron yung usually yung mga questions na ganito tapos may answer key. Like for example, this one. No? But later on, when you review, okay, another tip is, okay, basahin mo lang yung tamang sagot. For example, number 13, understanding the Earth's energy budget can help. Halimbawa lang provided na talagang the same talaga yung question. Kasi may mga ganon. Yung mga questions sa mga past board exams, sa mga reviewers, yun mismo yung yung lumalabas sa board exams. Yung iba, may pinapalitan lang yung data, pero yung iba talagang yun na yun. Okay, yun na yun. Especially kapag kayong examiners ay hindi nagpapalit. No? Kasi yung question bank nila, andun pa rin. Alright, so what I mean is be very careful. No? You have to read, of course, the entire question and the choices. Number 14, alright, the solar constant, which is the amount of solar radiation that hits the edge of the Earth's atmosphere, varies by about 7% between January 4th, that is the perihelion, when the Earth is closest to the Sun, and July 4th, that is aphelion, when the Earth is farthest away, thus having an average yearly of about 1367 watts per square meter. This value is further reduced to approximately blank watts per square meter because only one half of the Earth's surface is exposed to the sun at a time. And since the Earth is a sphere, only places near the equator receives much radiation. So, because of that configuration of the Earth, no? Siyempre, talagang mas na-expose yung parte ng sa may tropical regions, no? Na-expose directly to the sun. Mostly, no? Most of the time, as the sun rotates and as it revolves around the sun. So, yan, around 30% of this is reflected by the atmosphere, clouds, and Earth's surface. Thus, the actual amount of energy absorbed by the Earth is approximately 238 watts per square meter. So, it's letter A, 340 and 238. And then, which of the following is irrelevant? Irrelevant. So, meaning to say, hindi siya tama. No? Kung titignan mo, hindi siya related yan sa other statements. Like for example, the globe experienced different weather patterns and prevailing winds because of the global atmospheric circulation. That's a true statement. No? The seasons are possible because of the Earth's tilt, rotation, and the amount of radiation the different parts of the globe receive. Tama rin yan. That's a true statement, and it also relates to letter A. And then letter C, the desert areas are generally outside the tropical regions because of less rainfall. Tama rin yan. It's also related to A, B, and C. So, meaning kapag hanapin natin yung isa na irrelevant, okay, wala tayong mahanap. So, the answer is none of the above. Hindi naman pwede yung all of the above kasi ang question ay irrelevant. Kung yung tanong sana ay relevant, so meaning to say, pwede ang sagot natin ay D, kundi the question is, which one is irrelevant? So, none of the above. All these statements are related to one another. 16. Which of the following statements is not true? So, ibig sabihin, false dapat ang hanapin natin na statement dyan. So, letter A, Hadley cell is the biggest wind circulation system. So, tama yan. That's a true statement. The Ferrel cell moves in opposite direction with the other cells. Tama rin. Air in the polar cells sinks over the highest latitude and flows out towards the lowest latitude, the surface. So, tama rin yan. So, definitely the answer now is none of the above. So, wala tayong makita na statement na hindi tama. Number 17. Which of the following remains constant while the Earth rotates as it orbits around the Sun? So, it's the tilt. So, hindi nagbabago. It's always 23.5. Okay. Yung distance, hindi rin naman. No? Hindi rin naman. Yung solar constant, more or less, kasi kung yan average lang yan Hindi natin masasabi na yung solar constant natin dito sa location natin ay parehas din doon sa North or South Pole. Kasi, di ba? Malayo sila sa sunlight. Parang average lang kasi yan. Although it is considered as constant. Temperature also is varies. It varies. No? And then number 18, typhoons that hit the Philippines are generally formed in the Pacific Ocean due to generally high surface temperature. No? Yan yung one natin. In the region, warm air moves up, carrying with it much moisture to form clouds when it cools. The region where this air lives becomes a low-pressure area where much air rushes in and moves in counterclockwise, so CCW direction. So it's letter B. Number 19, this item is considered as a bonus item. Why? Because wala tayong, hindi ko naalis yung hindi ko nailagay na blank yung, itong north to south at saka south to north. Para ma-illustrate lang ito, yung item na yan. Halimbawa, kapag when a typhoon is moving westerly, ibig sabihin galing sa east, nakaharap ka, palapit siya sa iyong location. So, air generally moves in a north to south direction. Kasi ganito yan. So, may annotate. Saan ba yan? Alright. Dito. So, di ba dito sa atin, counterclockwise, no? Ang ikot ng ng tropical cyclone o yung mga bagyo. Halimbawa, nandito ka facing that direction, and the direction of the typhoon is towards you. So kapag ka nakatayo ka dito, ang unang maramdaman mo pag lapit ng bagyo sa iyo ay north to south, di ba? Left to right. So north to south. Yan. Because of that rotation. Now after some time, hindi ka lumilipat at saka hindi ka nagano sa ibang direction. Okay? Mapansin mo na there is a time na walang hangin. Walang hangin, wala kang maramdaman na hangin. Like for example, during the time of Lawin, dito sa Tugigaraw, Peña Blanca, ganyan. There is a time during the midnight na biglang parang nawala yung, unti-unti, no? Hindi naman bigla. Unti-unti, parang nawala yung hangin. Wala nang hangin. So wala nang bagyo, hindi. Yung eye of the storm ay natapat sa yung location. And then pag lumampas after some time, lumampas yung eye of the storm sa iyo, ano nang mararamdaman mo? It's already north to south, 'di ba? Kasi halimbawa nandito ka na. So ang mararamdaman mo na is south to north. South to north, yan. From the south to the north. Okay, so that's it, no? That's the explanation behind this question. Number 20, typhoons generally move in a northwesterly direction. No? Talagang yun ang tumbok ng halos lahat ng mga bagyo. Northwesterly. Although they are being formed, no, in a location na naka-inline sa Mindanao, ng latitude ng Mindanao, ay because of that northwesterly direction, parang pa ganyan. Halimbawa, ito yung north-south, west-east. Northwesterly. So, parang paganyan. No? Kaya laging nai-spare yung Mindanao. Kaya napansin ninyo, mga northern Mindanao, tapos Visayas, tapos going to Luzon. That's why yung Mindanao napakaganda. No? Pagandang location. Desirable for agriculture, industrial development. That's the reason behind. And then number 21, according to the modified coronas of climate classification of climate, which uses average monthly rainfall. So it's letter D, no? Average monthly rainfall totals. Tuguegarao City, Cagayan is of type 3. Type 3 tayo, no? Which are not very pronounced, relatively dry from November to April. So November na nagde-dry na sana, pero yung siyempre itong classification na ito medyo luma na. Medyo nagbabago na nga ang kwan natin, no? November to April and then wet during the rest of the year. So it's letter D. 22, the most important elements of weather and climate in the Philippines. Okay. Temperature, humidity, and rainfall is letter B. 23, the normal daily temperature is the average daily mean temperature for a given date computed over a specific number of years, while the mean daily temperature is the average of the maximum and minimum temperature. Yan, itong yung mga ganitong question ay kapag ka ni-review mo para sa board exams, so para sa exams na siyempre multiple choice, no? Pag binasa mo yan, ang basahin mo na lang yung tamang sagot. Huwag mo nang basahin yung iba. Kasi baka yan ang ma-retain sa utak mo. Okay? Baka yan yung may imagine mo during the exam, especially sa board exams. Ganun eh. Parang kumbaga, tawag niya, photographic memory ang maiwan sa'yo kung ano yung nabasa mo. So kapag ka nagbabasa kayo class ng ganitong klase ng questions, ang basahin nyo na lang kaagad ay yung tamang sagot. Okay? Yung tamang sagot. Para kahit balibalik ta rin nila yung choices, yung C, gawin niyang A, yung B. Kasi kapag ang minemorize mo ay letter lang ng sagot, delikado yun. So, dapat ang ilagay mo sa memory mo ay yung tamang sagot. It's not the letter, but, okay, yung tamang mismo. Yung full na tamang sagot. Yan ang basahin mo. That's another tip, no, for the exams. 24, in any mixture of gases, each gas exerts a partial pressure independent of the other gases. In air, okay, the vapor pressure, which is the partial pressure of water vapor, so meron ka ng clue doon kung anong dapat mo isagot dyan, is the vapor pressure, yan, would be the difference, okay, difference between the pressure of moist air and that of dry air. Tama naman, no? So vapor pressure, the pressure of water vapor, partial pressure of water vapor is equal to the difference between the pressure of moist air. Ibig sabihin kasi ng moist air, magkasama yan, dry air at saka water vapor. Tapos yung dry air ay solo, walang moisture. Okay, so it's letter A. And then one of the following does not favor precipitation to be formed. Number 25. So, which of the following or one of the following does not favor precipitation to be formed? All right, let's see. The atmosphere must have moisture. Okay, tama yan. Diba? Tama. It favors precipitation. Another one, weather conditions must be favorable to condensation. Tama rin yan. No? Tama yung A and B. Letter C, products of condensation must reach the earth. Tama rin yan. Presence of sufficient nuclei to aid condensation. Tama rin yan. So kung tama yan, ano na? So the answer is none of the above. Wala tayong mahanap na it's not favorable to the formation of precipitation. So the answer in here is none of the above. None of the above. Number 26. Orographic precipitation occurs due to air masses being lifted to higher altitudes by, okay. Kung mo dyan kapag orographic, usually may mountain barrier. Mountain barrier. O di kaya kung may mataas na building, no, na malaki. Palasyo na mataas, siguro kung may ganon. But it's usually the mountain barrier. All right, precipitation that may be formed by passing a moderately long column of warm air, then of cold air while descending. Okay, maalala nyo yung graph na parang ganito. Diyan na-form yung yung freezing rain. Okay. Very cold dito, no? Cold. Diyan nabubuo yung kasi nako-condense. Okay, so cold yan. Tapos parang pa ganyan. Warm ito. Warm air. Tapos ito naman cold air. Kasi warm air always rises, no? Cold air. Dito ang Earth surface. Earth surface. So it says in the question, may be formed by passing a moderately long warm air. So moderately long warm air. So nandito sa parte, medyo halos parehas yung column ng warm air at saka cold air. So very cold precipitation ang nabuo dito. Siguro may mga ice, okay? Ice or mga solid form. Tapos dumaan sa moderate column of warm air, natunaw sa naging liquid yan, and then dumaan ulit sa medium cold air, so babalik siya sa pagiging parang yelo. So kapag nahulog sa lupa, may mamumuong yelo sa ibabaw. Usually that's freezing rain or glaze. Okay, so that's it. And then 29, I think this is another bonus item kasi the words that are being referred to are strike out in the question. So the hyetograph is a plot of intensity of rainfall versus time, while the mascar of rainfall is a plot of accumulated rainfall intensity versus time in a chronological order. So na-discuss na natin ito ng maraming beses. No? Even when we had our online class. An area that contributes runoff to a single outlet, of course, lahat yan, watershed, drainage basin, catchments of watershed, okay, lahat yan. So all of the above. Delineates an area that contributes runoff to a single outlet. Okay, again, lahat yan. No? Reads, divide, boundary, they mean the same thing. So all of the above. Which statement is not true? Which statement is not true for delineation of watershed? So, ibig sabihin, which statement is false? Kasi not true. So, lowest point in the drainage basin is always the outlet. True yan. So, hindi yan ang hinahanap natin. Divide never crosses a stream. True din yan. So, it's not what we're looking for. Watershed boundary is always at right angles to contour lines. Tama rin yan. Water flow direction is always perpendicular to contour lines. Tama rin ito. So, instead of wala tayong mahanap na mali, so it should be none of the above. It's not all of the above. Pero nakalagay kasi sa kwan is all of the above. That's why, consider ko na rin na bonus item ito. Okay, bonus item. Ilan na yung bonus item natin? 1, 2, 3. Tatlo na, no? Okay, tatlong bonus item na yan. Number 32. And then 33, the amount of water involved in the hydraulic cycle annually is of course, it's the global water balance or global water budget. It's not Earth's water, okay? Kasi we're talking also about in the hydrological cycle. So it's even in the atmosphere. No? So yan, it's A and B. Okay, it's A and B. So the answer here is letter E. Okay? If you have something to raise, okay? You just ask. Or just raise your hand. Minsan, hindi ko nakikita kung may nagre-raise. No? Kasi after some time, after several seconds, na bumababa na rin. You can just call my attention. And then number 34, according to a 1993 report, only 3% of the total Earth's water accounts for fresh water, and 30% of total fresh water is available in liquid form. This shows that the growing world population faces severe water crisis if without sustainable freshwater programs. So letter A, 3 and 30. Number 35, the percentage of the percentage of Earth covered by oceans is about 71%, while the percentage of total Earth's water that is saline is about 97%. Kaya magka sila dito, no? Yung total water, 97% ay saline, so 3% lang yung fresh. Alright, so next, let's go to the solving problems. Solving problems. Alright, so number 36. Question for number 36, the average rainfall, itong 36, 37, 38 ay magkakaugnay sila yata, no? Alright, so number 36, the average rainfall in a watershed is 50 inches per year, and the average ET is 32 inches per year. Assume no groundwater crosses the watershed boundary. What is the average annual stream runoff flux in centimeter? So by using water balance, no? Water balance. So ano yung given sa atin? Ang given sa atin dito ay yung precipitation, right? Given ang precipitation, which is 50 inches per year. Okay? And then evapotranspiration, which is 32 inches per year. So wala namang groundwater, no? Walang groundwater crossing. So zero yan. In and out, zero. Question, what's the average annual stream runoff? So runoff ang hinahanap. Alright. So applying the water balance equation, di ba? Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay precipitation, yung ulan, evapotranspiration, at saka runoff. So kumbaga kapag drawingin natin yung i-represent natin sa drawing yung ating watershed. Halimbawa, ito yung watershed natin. Okay? So meron tayong precipitation na pumasok, may lumabas na ET, evapotranspiration. Tapos, ang kinukuha natin ay runoff. Wala namang ibang pumasok at saka lumabas yung groundwater, no? Zero yan. Wala namang groundwater din na lumabas. So, groundwater out, zero din yan. Out, yung isa, in. So, ano lang, yan tatlo. So, pagka ginamit natin yung water balance equation, ang gagamitin natin ay yung precipitation minus losses equals runoff. Okay? So, yan yung natin, no? So, runoff, ito yung sinusolve natin. Runoff is equal to precipitation minus losses. Ano ba yung losses natin? Ito yung ET. Yan. So, is this the difference between the two? So, we have 50 minus 32, that is equal to 18. 18 inches per year. Pero ang tinatanong ay cm. So gawin natin yan, multiply natin, or that is equal to 18 times 2.54 kasi there are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. So that becomes 46 cm. So yan yung tamang sagot. So ang tamang sagot dyan ay letter C. Question or clarification?
Wala po, sir.
Okay, next. What portion is ET in the previous problem? So ang tinutukoy lang dito, anong portion ng ET diyan sa total water in the watershed? So parang anuhin lang natin, no? Kunin lang natin ang ratio ng ET sa P. Okay? So ang tinutukoy diyan is ET over P. Yan ang tinutukoy natin. So ang ET ay 32. Ang P natin ay 50. So ano yan? ET over P, that's 64%. 0.64. 0.64. So the answer here is letter D. Now, number 38, assuming the area of the above watershed is 50 square miles. 50 square miles. What is the average annual stream discharge in centimeter per second? Stream discharge, cubic meters per second. No? Cubic meters per second. So, ang hinahanap natin ay cubic meters per second. Ang meron sa ating class ay, ano yung runoff natin? 46. Kasi ang hinahanap natin ay annual stream discharge in cubic meters per second. Parang ito yung Q. Q, no? Yan. Q. Kasi usually Q ang ginagamit kapag yung discharge o di kaya flow rate. Okay? So, meron na tayong 46 cm per year. Diba? Yan yung runoff. Yan yung annual discharge. So, ito, i-convert na lang natin siya into cubic meters per second. Pero notice we have now centimeter per year. We have now centimeter per year. So, kapag kinonvert natin yan into meter, tapos ito naman i-convert natin into seconds, we have now meters per second. Tama? So, para maging cubic meters per second, anong gagawin natin? Sa depth unit, kailangan natin mag-multiply ng meter squared. Ito, dimensional analysis, no? I'm just emphasizing doing dimensional analysis. So that itong meters per second, it will become cubic meters per second. So we need to multiply meter squared or square meter, which is already the area. Okay, that is already the area. So meaning to say, if you are going to multiply the depth, okay, by the area, okay, the depth per unit time multiplied by the area, this becomes our Q. Maalala niyo yung formula natin na QT, di ba? Ina-emphasize ko yan, equals AD. Q times T equals AD. So yan yon. So yan ang gagawin natin. I-multiply lang natin yung 46 by 50 square miles. Okay? So dito na. So yung Q natin in cubic meters per second, okay, is equal to the runoff multiplied by the area. Right, so ano ba yung runoff natin? That is 46 cm per year multiplied by 50 square miles. 50 square miles. Okay. So, i-convert natin ng meters yung centimeter at saka yung miles. So, for example, yung cm to meters, so 1 meter is equivalent to 100 cm. Okay. So, 1 meter. And then, yung miles, yung year, gawin nating seconds. So, in 1 year, okay, there are 365 days. 365 days. Plus, in 1 day, okay, there are 24 hours times 3,600 seconds. Tama? 1 day is 24 hours times 3,600 seconds. Kasi there are 24 hours in 1 day and then 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. Okay? And then yung miles, i-convert natin into square meters. So, yung 1 mile is how much? Diba? 1 mile is 1.609 kilometers. 1.609 kilometers. So, diretsuhin na lang natin. Kapag ka meters, 1,609 meters. Okay? Kasi 1.609 kilometers per mile. Ngayon, square yun, square mile. So, square din natin yan. I-square natin yung 1, i-square natin yung miles, i-square natin yung 1,609, i-square din natin yung meter. Alright, let's cancel the units now. So, yung square miles, cancel na doon. Okay? Yung day, cancel na rin. Yung year, cancel na rin yung year. Yung centimeter, cancel na rin. So, ang naiwan ay meter and meter squared there. So, we have cubic meter. And then, naiwan sa baba ay seconds. Okay, seconds. So, if we're going to solve for that, ang unit na niya is cubic meters per second. And it is, okay, how many cubic meters per second? 1.88 or 1.9 cubic meters per second. Alright. Tingnan natin. 1.9. Tama ba? Or 1.88? Alright. So the answer in here is letter A. It's letter A. It's letter A.
Sir, pa-screenshot pa po, sir.
Sige.
Lang po, sir. Doon muna taas, sir. Pataas pa po, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay na? Alright. So that's it. Next item. Ito. Okay. A 20 by 20 by 5 feet. Okay, 20 by 20 by 5 feet swimming pool is observed for a 10-day period. It rained for a total of 7 inches while evaporation was measured to be 3.5 inches. At the end of the observation period, it was observed that the water level in the pool recedes by 8 inches. Ano ibig sabihin ng recedes? Bumaba. Okay. Alright, sandali bago natin tawag dito, ituloy itong kwan kasi 4 minutes na lang naiwan, no? Okay. Ubusin natin konti 'yan bago natin mag-change tayo, no. So, i-digest ko lang yung problem. So, we have a pool that is 20 by 20 by 5. So, ibig sabihin kapag i-kwan lang natin, represent lang natin, parang ganyan. 20 by 20 by 5. Yan, ganyan. So, 20 ito, 20 feet, 20 feet, and then 5 feet. Of course, yung pool natin, medyo mas malalim ng konti yung walls, no? Ito lang yung tubig, pinag-usapan. Ang original depth niya ay 5 inches. Now, it says, there is a precipitation which is equal to 7 inches. Okay, 7 inches. And then, may evaporation din naman ng 3.5 inches. Alright. Pero ang sabi, after the 10-hour or 10 days, 10-day period, observation, na 10 days, bumaba siya ng 8 inches. Meaning to say, yung depth na niya, recedes by 8 inches, no, bumaba, naging kwan na lang siya. 4.2, 4 feet, kasi 12 inches per feet yan, no? 4, 4, okay? 4 feet, 4 inches. Kasi it receded by 8 inches, sabi niya. So, bumaba. Sana, kung tutusin, okay, 7 inches yung ulan, tapos ang evaporation na 3.5, sana there is a net increase in depth. Pero hindi. It recedes by 8 inches. Ibig sabihin bumaba. Saan kaya napunta? There is what we call leakage. May leak. Kasi wala namang ibang pinuntahan, no? It's either leak on the sides or leak on the bottom of the pool. That's why the question is, it must have leaked blank cubic meters. No? It must have leaked blank cubic meters. So, ano yung tinatanong? Yung leak niya. In terms of cubic meters. Okay. Leak in cubic meters. So, well, ang sagot ay 10.86, pero yan, isosolve natin kung bakit 10.86. Tapos, it says this leakage loss in the pool is equivalent to, of course, no, liters ito, no, hindi sa meters. It should be liters per hour. Yeah. So, yan yung tinatanong. But the answer in here is 45.25. Okay, 45.25. Okay, after this, magre-resend ako ng link kasi mag-end na yung ating meeting. Magre-resend ako ng link tapos connect din uli kayo. So, end natin itong meeting.